The
life
stars
stuff,
begin
yeah.
with the nebula.
And then
Draw an arrow.
there are two ways it can go.
Can go.
We're gonna talk about the first one first. So the first one, after the star sucks up all the space dust from the nebula, it turns into a
Normal star.
normal star. Yeah,
They're usually yellow, but we do not have such colors.
yeah. They're the more
yellow,
tiny stars.
orange.
They're the more tiny stars.
Dim normal colors, like the
So
sun.
this is called the normal stars. We'll
Yeah.
just go with the normal star.
Yeah. And then when they go bye-bye, and like they blow up and junk,
Okay,
They
so the
become-
next cycle is the red giant,
Yes.
which is actually giant.
it gets big and it's dying. And yeah,
Bigger means it's dying.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't like obese people.
And then it's not as big as the nebula, but it's called a planetary nebula, which is
Makes planets and stuff. Yeah, I'm not here.
so it turns into a planetary nebula.
And then well,
Well, and then
they
they slowly decay, or
and they turn
the,
into these little white dwarf kids.
Yeah, they turn into the white dwarfs, which
They're
are
like really
the
tiny.
aftermath of the. They're the aftermath. They're the core of the. Of the
They're
star.
like them tiny little stars that are really heavy and they hurt people. No, they don't. They're pretty heavy and dense. And
They're
stuff.
dense.
Yeah, dense.
So that's the first way. That's where most of the stars take root.
But
But-
then there's the big stars.
Yes.
The massive
There's
stars.
the massive stars, which are bigger than the normal stars and are formed. They fuse atoms more quickly.
And the more atoms they fuse, the faster they go by. Because
And then it turns,
like
instead of a massive star turning into a normal red giant, it,
it
turns
becomes
into
a
super giant.
And if that's hard to understand, it's bigger.
Okay. Okay, so after it explodes into a super giant, it goes, it's called a supernova, which is what makes the nebulas.
Like a big explosion thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could hear that. Explosions. You know,
All that stuff.
big explosion makes sense, eh? Like the Canadians.
Okay, and then
The supernova can become two different things.
it can become the neutron star, which is basically like a
A white dwarf, but more intense.
and
Right.
like stuff over there.
Yeah, super like intense.
Or it
stuff,
becomes a black hole, which
like sucks stuff in and is scary.
yes.
And yeah, it like eats
So that's a
things
neutron.
like me. I eat things.
Sometimes, but most of the time, no.
So when the stars are bigger, they die faster because they eat more of the stuff they got to
Interesting
live.
facts.
No,
Interesting fact time. The center of some galaxies are actually black holes. Now we're gonna take a look at all of the things. So there's the normal star, the red giant, planetary nebula, and then the white dwarf. And then the other thing is the massive star, supergiant, supernova, neutron star, or a black hole. So that's the end of the video.
subscribe to PewDiePie.